we saw a governorship candidate win in this margin. It's perhaps in Ekiti State, the last governorship election about 3.5 years ago in Ekiti State, where you have one person who wins all of the local government areas in Nigeria's governorship election. This is perhaps another one that is emerging like that in that format. What do you think is responsible for this kind of pattern of voting or pattern of election?
Yeah, I think there are a lot of issues, and I think part of it is political issues. So, for example, you look at the state, all right, and you realize that one of the parties is a party that is identified with the state and is seen as the only party remaining in the geopolitical zone. And many people identify that party with the region. So I think naturally there will be some desire by voters and stakeholders to ensure that that party is able to...
That's a major...
I think that's one of the reasons. Okay. But another big reason is the fact that power shift, right? So we've had Central as governor, you know, that Peter Obi was Central, as Agulu Anocha, that's Anambra Central. Ingige comes from Idemili South, that's Anambra Central. So this is the first time that we had Anambra East, which is really Obiano for 4 years. So I think there's the general belief that the North Senatorial District should have a second term, and then the power should shift to the South. So I think some people who are agitating for power to shift to the South Senatorial District, were convinced that they should hold on, allow the North to finish 8 years, and then move over to the South, so the South can look at 8 years. I think that convinced a lot of people in the South Senatorial District to vote for, to support the power remaining in the North. So I think that also played a major role in the way the political dynamics were happening, which resulted in some shifting of alignments. And of course, as you know, some of the big parties some of the big parties had issues after their primaries, and that created fractions. So in a case one candidate is going to court, some other people will not say they're going to court, but maybe at that point will change their loyalties, to work against their own party because they were disgruntled as a result of how the primaries occurred. Now, this happened in some of the leading parties. When you consider this, it will also work to consolidate the power in a particular direction. So that's another very serious reason why we would have, less support for some people and more support in another direction.
Let's talk about this conduct for a moment. For our viewers who are watching, wherever you may be watching, you perhaps are wondering what exactly is happening. This is, we are approaching the moment, well, some people will say the judgment moment, where you will know who wins in the Anambra governorship election 2017. This is the opportunity for the people of the state to determine who is going to be their governor for another 4-year term. So if you see behind me here are party agents who are from the 37 political parties who run in this race, and the results are already in from all the 21 local government areas. And to my left, you see journalists who are already with the cameras from every network that you may think of in Nigeria. They're ready with the cameras, ready to capture those last few moments when the winner will be declared. The declaration usually comes in a manner as this, that the winner in this race with a total number of so and so is being declared and returned. So in that sense, has been re-elected. So this is perhaps the kind of language that you will hear from the returning officer, Professor Zana Akagu, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Calabar, who is presiding over the proceedings here today. And so what again you will see are people seated on this part of the room are those who had worked at some moment as officials in this election. And you've heard from those who are returning the results, collation officers and electoral officers who have been brought to put these figures together. It has not been a very easy one. It's been a tough journey, but so far, all said, and perhaps it's going to be done down to the last minute. I've been talking with an observer in this election. He's the Executive Director of Election Monitor. Let's take a look at Mr. Pt.29. Let's take a look at the conduct generally. How would you rate INEC in this election of today? Considering their last outing and this very one, what would you say they stand? Where would you say they stand right now?
Well, I have to be sincere with you. There are quite a lot of differences between this governorship election and the last one held in Ondo State in 2016 November. I mean, one of the differences is logistics. So, for example, in Ondo State, over 90% of polling units open by 8 o'clock. But what we have here is that we have a number of polling units that did not open on time. There were logistics issues of core members being able to get to their PU. There were issues of, leaving their rack centers on time. So we had some areas that even, I know that we had observers and we had some places where we got reports as late as 10 o'clock, 10:02 a.m., before accreditation voting started. So this didn't really happen much in Ondo. So that's one of the big issues. Another issue is the issues with the card reader. I mean, you've been hearing the feedback from all the local government coalition officers. Almost every local government has a problem with card reader. And in almost every case, you hear that they reverted to manual accreditation. I mean, we're hearing this live. So, this is something that we hardly heard about in Ondo, and it's basically something that it's basically it's an administrative issue. So that's another big issue. Yeah.
Mr. Abiodun, I must thank you so much for your time on Channels Television. We're waiting for the results and the final result. The man there, and all eyes on him, Professor Zana Akwagu, and we're waiting for him to declare the winner in this race. And when the figures have been put, they have been imputed manually, one after the other. And so when that is done, they will announce the winner. But for a moment, we take a moment on Channels Television, but we'll be back to give you the final moment in the announcement of the winner in the Anambra governorship election 2017.
Okay, thank you. I never. And I watch it on TV. Okay, I know what I know. But thank you.
Is it shocking you?
I never seen my phone. I'm always seeing. Wow.